I've raised my children with church on Sundays, vacation Bible school, and always don't forget your prayers at night. I've been going to the same church for 4 to 5 years, but I wasn't saved until 3 years ago when I prayed to receive Jesus as my Lord and Savior with my beautiful mom and a minister as she was dying in Freehold Hospital. But I still wasn't living for him. As I look back now and realize I was just using him for an emotional pick-me-up and so on. I continued to go to my old church even though I wasn't happy. It never felt right. So on one Sunday, I was detoured onto Beckerville Road. On my way to the bank, I passed a church with 2 men waving their arms out front in the road and many people standing about. I thought it was a little strange, but I laughed and I went on to the bank, knowing that there was not enough time for me to get to Jackson. I decided to stop at the church, which turned out to be Building on the Rock. I can't tell you much about that day or that service. It was extremely overwhelming, and I cried the entire service. But I can tell you that I was welcomed with great hugs from Stephen Forsyth and John Restivo. These are school buddies of my son, Chris Hotchkins, and I hadn't seen them in a very long time. I had tried reaching Stephen about a month prior to this, as him and I were talking, and I had told him that Chris was at the end of his rope, and I had explained that I wasn't sleeping. I was eating, drinking, and breathing his heroin addiction. That my daughter and I were broken and fighting and desperate, and I was so scared that I couldn't save my son. Courtney and I had become a casualty of Chris's addiction. So I think it's pretty awesome how God detoured me to Steve's church. Shortly after that, Steve reached out and was checking up on me and called to see if we were doing okay. And he reached out to Chris and had invited him to a Thursday night men's meeting. One long, hard week at Pastor Bob and Val's boot camp, and the Men of Nails opened their arms, accepted him, and he joined. So I guess because of the miraculous transformation that God has done in my son's life, and the joy that he now lives, his life, it's something that I really want. So I will try very hard every day to say yes to Jesus. And I am really, really excited to live out these words with my new church family. Thanks very much.
Last week, baptized me as the Father's name.